Welcome in, Leo. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. For those of you that are new, welcome in, guys. My name's Lisa. Welcome to Say It Soul Tarot. Um, Again, thank you so much for all your beautiful energy. Really do appreciate you guys being here. Thank you to my supporters, subscribers, however you're supporting the channel. Really do appreciate it. So, Leo, this is going to be your general love reading for the month of May. So this is where I draw a lot of oracle cards. I'm going to clarify with tarot as well, get some feelings out about how you're feeling about your person, how your person's feeling about you, as well as take a look at some actions and get some hidden messages from your person at the end of this reading. So the reason I pull a lot of oracle cards because I really kind of want to have a good bird's eye view of what's kind of going on, how you're sort of feeling internally and how your person's feeling internally. So you are on the left, your person's on the right, my left and my right. Feel free to swap sides if I'm talking to a cross watcher, if you identify being on the other side. Same thing for you, Leo. But generally, I feel like right now, really what I'm getting off your cards is kind of ironic, actually. I feel like this person has really let you down, Leo. I feel like right now, you're really questioning whether or not what direction you really want to move in. With this person, the situation is this, where I really want to go. I feel like, you have learned something recently about this person, this relationship, that has kind of left you feeling bitter. I mean, you got the bitterness card that came out, resentment, anger, hurtful words. I feel like, this person, I feel like in the month of April did something to kind of like really shake the foundation of your relationship, and not in a good way. I feel like now, if you had any, if this person was on a pedestal or you were looking at this person in a certain light, I feel like this person is definitely off that pedestal now. I'm not sure what happened between you and your person here, but it's going to be different for each and every one of you, because this is a collective read, not a personal read. But I feel like this has really left you questioning whether or not you really want to invest any more time and energy in the situation with this person. So I feel like in the month of May, Spirit's really encouraging you here, Leo, to spend some time outside. It is spring in the Northern Hemisphere, so I'm not sure if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, but if you are, this is really talks about spring, talks about things blooming, getting your hands in the dirt, if you're into gardening. If you're not, then just spend some time outside, I feel. Yeah, I feel like Spirit's really encouraging you to do some grounding this month. So whether that be meditation, yoga, going for a walk, spending some time in nature, I feel like is really going to help you kind of like work through your feelings here, your emotions, because I feel like there's definitely something that has left, not the best taste in your mouth here with this situation with this person. So you got emotions are running high. So I feel like for some of you, there could be a distance. I'm really getting drawn to um, the two different, highlighted areas on this Earth card. So for some of you, you might not even be in the same city as this person. There could be some sort of distance involved. That's not going to be for all of you. But so I feel like, some days you feel, pretty good about the situation, or you've come to terms with, accepted the situation for what it is. And then I feel like there's other days where you're, full of rage and just want to kind of like lash out at this person, or feel the need that you really need to talk to somebody and just kind of like vent and get it all out, how you're feeling. So, whatever this person revealed here, we got the All That Glitters card in as your Wisdom of the Oracle. So this really talks about, seeing somebody for who they are now. And, you definitely might not like what you saw, right? Or what was revealed to you about this situation, about this person. And that's probably why you've been feeling a little bit resentful. You might be actually kind of angry at yourself. Maybe there was a lot of flags or a lot of things that you didn't want to necessarily look at or see, whether that be about you or about your person. So the bottom of, as I say that, the bottom of the this deck was mistakes, misunderstood, victim, lost soul. I can never remember what this is called. Heart's hidden secrets. Pardon me. mistakes, misunderstood, victim, lost soul. So I feel like, and then we have divine feminine coming out, and we have divine masculine over here. So if you identify as being on that journey, I feel like right now it is a difficult time. Just in general, just with the astrology, at least everything is going direct for the month of May for the next 3 weeks. All planets are direct for like 3 weeks or something like that. So I feel like right now you're just trying to like find your way to the surface here. As you can see, there's like, the fish is swimming around here, and you are trying to get to that light. Again, trying to see the bigger picture here is also important in this situation with this person. But I feel like it's, even though it's may have been disappointing what you learned about this situation or this person, whatever, has happened between you and them, I feel like, you know, I don't feel like things don't happen for a reason. I feel like they do. So whatever went down between you and this person here, it definitely looks like, you know, you were meant to, to take this person off the pedestal, that's like unbalanced anyway, or again, it doesn't help with dealing with all that, all the emotions around it. And again, I feel like in May, you're going to be really needing to ground yourself to work through these feelings, whatever those might be. But again, I feel like one day you're feeling good and the next day you're just not feeling so good. So again, Spirit's really encouraging you to spend some time outside, just kind of like process your feelings, process your emotions. And, when Leos love, they love hard. So, you know, they go all in. And if somebody else isn't all in, it's easy to get disappointed, because I just feel like nobody loves like a Leo. So, you know, I feel like it's hard for Leos to see that somebody else, isn't all in, or isn't, doesn't want to connect the way that you do. So I feel like sometimes Leos are misunderstood in that way. And it's funny because I actually watch, I don't know if you guys watch the Leo King, but he's he blows my mind, the amount of stuff that he knows as far as astrology goes. But he made a really important comment that really stuck with me in one of his readings that he did. And he just said that Leos really want to connect. They don't understand that people have walls. And I actually feel like that's actually really true, or at least it's been true in my experience, that we don't understand that people have walls, because Leos just like are very open, very giving. They want to give, when they really fall for somebody, they want to give that, wrap their arms around this person and just kind of like, you know, um, embrace them with love, and like there's no, holds bar. Is that what they say? So I feel like that there is some truth to that, or there is for me anyway. So let's talk about your person here, Leo. It's funny because as you are um as you, as you are seeing this person for who they really are, and not, running around with those rose-colored glasses on anymore about the situation, this person is now really believing in you. It's so again, if you identify as being on, a twin flame journey, or a, very strong soulmate journey, as you are losing faith, this person is gaining faith. So it's kind of, you know, it's like the opposite. This person, whatever went down between the two of you, has really restored their faith in love. They got hold your vision, fixed moon energy here, and they also got divinity. So I feel like for the first time in a long time, I feel like this person is looking at you, Leo, as somebody very special, somebody that they were supposed to meet, somebody that was supposed to, kind of move them in a certain direction towards divinity. Perhaps this person was not, or is not, a very spiritual person. And I feel like now this person is moving towards that. So if you identify as this person being your divine masculine, then I feel like this, whatever happened, whatever went down between you and them, that was meant to kind of like spark this person to go down this path, or to really start to really look at themselves. And their energy that showed up for for the month of May is the Phoenix. So the Phoenix talks about, obviously, rising from the ashes, but it also talks about this person burning away and being aware of, their shadow, and really looking at the things that they've done or how they show up in relationship and the things that they really need to change here. So again, as you're kind of sliding this way, your person is sliding the opposite way, which I feel like this person is looking at you, Leo, in a new way, in a new light. This person is realizing that, they did meet you for a reason, that there is some unfinished business between the two of you, that, this song is not over. This dance between the two of you is not over. Maybe for the time being, it might look like it is. I feel like that's why the moon card came out. This is the mutual energy between the two of you. The moon obviously talks about, the traditional card in tarot is, following some path that you're not really sure where you're going to end up. It's dark, right? Going through that forest, following the path to the mountain. And I feel like it really, I don't know, the moon kind of reminds me of like blind faith, I want to say, because you don't really know where you're going. You don't know where this is going to lead. I feel like you're both kind of, this is the mutual energy between the two of you. You're not sure what's going to happen, how it's going to happen, how things are going to unfold, but your person has more faith now. This person's gaining faith and you're losing faith in this situation. I don't feel like completely, Leo. I just feel like for right now, whatever happened, I feel like you need to like just kind of like find your way back to the top here. Find the light in the situation. So again, I feel like there's days where, you feel pretty optimistic about the situation and kind of like, surrender to the universe. And then there's other days where, you're angry, you know. So I would suggest, if you really are, feeling angry, I feel like either journal it or like write it down and then, do like some sort of burning ceremony. That definitely might help. Another good idea would be like to buy some balloons and to like say what you need to the balloon and then just let the balloon go, right? Because I feel like, there is some things about this relationship that the universe is still keeping hidden or away from you. And again, I feel like, your person's gaining faith and you're kind of losing faith. So I feel like in order to kind of ground yourself in May, you're going to really need to, spend some time doing that and looking at the bigger picture as well. So hopefully that made sense to you guys. Let's pull some tarot now. Let's get some feelings. How does this person feel about Leo? How is this person feeling about Leo? How is this person feeling about Leo? All right, let's see what we get here. How's this person feeling about my Leos in May? How's this person feel about Leo? All right, so we have the High Priestess. Sorry, guys, my deck's upside down. Make sure I put these back. 1 second. Yeah, so this person's really looking at you as the High Priestess. So for some of you, you are spiritual. You're tapped into your intuition. You kind of have faith in something that's not there. That's also in the moon. Something you can't see. Something that's, not tangible in the 3D, but tell me more about this person's feelings. Leo, the High Priestess, what else, Spirit? All right, so we have the Knight of Swords and the World card. Can I get one more? Nine of Cups. All right, I feel like at the end of the day, you are this person's wish fulfillment. I feel like this person, when they are ready to come forward towards you, Leo, they will. When they have closed out a chapter of something, they will. So I feel like either the person that you're dealing with has some sort of other obligations and or situation, some sort of complicated situation that they might find themselves in. When this person is ready for you, you will hear, like, they will reach out to you. When that is closed, that's really their wish. Their wish is to contact you when they're ready to offer you something more substantial. So I definitely feel, and I'm picking up on that this person, in the past, they weren't able to really, either you were not on the same page, or this person, had some other third party influence that was preventing them from getting what they wanted. And I feel like you are their wish fulfillment. I feel like you really do make this person happy. Um, and I feel like they'll let you know when they're ready. So I love that. And again, we see that in the cards here, that this person has faith that, you and them will come together. This isn't the last time that you and this person are going to see each other, or this isn't the end of your story. It might be the end of your story right now, and that might be definitely why, you're feeling hurt or feeling upset about the situation, disillusioned, I want to say, with this situation or this person. But again, I feel like at the end of the day, trust your intuition, Leo, because I feel like you already know um, that's going to happen. And again, just trusting the universe, whatever's meant for you is not going to pass you by. And again, I love that Nine of Cups on the end, because I do feel like, you needed to hear that. All right, let's see how Leo's feeling. How is Leo feeling about this person? So, I don't know how long that's going to take for this person to do that or get it done, but I feel like, again, that's not the end of this story here between you and this person. Leo, how is Leo feeling about this person, Spirit? Leo's feeling, Empress, Three of Swords. Yeah, I was picking up on, some sadness. And there's the moon again, Hermit. So a lot of you, are kind of like on your own right now. I feel like for a lot of you, you're not feeling like, I don't really want to, if your friends are asking you to go out and do stuff, you're probably like, no, I'm just really not up to it. I'm not feeling it. I just want to stay home. I just want to be by myself right now. So, um, I feel like that's good, for a little bit, but I feel like at some point here, Leo, you need to kind of get out and get out into the world, or like at least, get outside, spend some time in nature. So again, I feel like blind faith is needed here in this situation, and again, trusting the universe. And as I say that, I see the Chariot on the bottom of the deck here. So this person really broke your heart. I feel like you realized that you deserve better. So, I definitely feel like there were some lessons that you needed to learn, until I feel like, I feel like you're hoping that the situation is going to change. This person's going to change. They're going to show up how you need them to show up for you, you know? Um, and again, it's it's wild to me that this person, they're like, gaining faith here. So I feel like you really instilled, I feel like you met this person with a lot of love, Leo. And I feel like now they are really seeing how special you are to them. So I really love that. And again, I feel like for you here in your feelings, you're hoping that the situation can change. You deserve better. So I feel like you've definitely like, set the bar for this person. And if they are to come back, if they are ever going to rise here from the ashes here in the Phoenix energy, I feel like they know what they need to do now. I feel like you've kind of like shown them the way, I want to say. But I feel like in the meantime, Leo, just focus on yourself, focus on, things that make you happy, bring you joy. And again, grounding yourself and like, processing your emotions. So if you're feeling sad, just be sad. Let it like wash over you, let it come through you, let it just come out instead of bottling it up, because I feel like Spirit's warning you, this could cause some blockages in your heart here of bitterness towards the situation. So again, try and like really release those emotions in the month of May. You know, this person's got their own journey. They have their own things they need to do. And I feel like when they're ready, they will be coming towards you. I feel like that's, they're going to rush in and let you know that, like, yes, I'm ready, But until that happens, I feel like, you need to focus on, what's important to you. Yeah, I feel like there's going to be a lot of opportunities, whether that be with other people or, just a lot of opportunities coming your way. So I feel like you just need to change your perspective here. The bottom of the Moonology here was look at the bigger picture. So I feel like, again, there's days where you see the big picture, and then there's other days where, as you're focusing on those small details of what happened or what was said or what wasn't said, that's where I feel like this is coming. That's where it's coming in. When you step back and look at the big picture, I feel like, and breathe and see the big picture, then I feel like, your heart is open, there's some acceptance there. But then as soon as you start focusing in on those teeny tiny details of, what went down, what was said, what wasn't said, how that made you feel, like try not to do that, because it's just bringing you back to that exact moment where everything fell apart, which is like a trauma response. So your body actually reacts that this is happening all over again. So do your best not to, as soon as you kind of find yourself going there, Leo, you know, be conscious of it, pull yourself back from that, and focus on something like in the present that is bringing you joy. So I feel like if you do that, you know, I feel like you're going to be perfectly fine. You're going to be great. You're going to be back to feeling like your old self here. So let's see if this person's going to take any actions in May. And then I'll pull some hidden messages. Actions from this person. Any actions towards Leo from this person in May? Any actions from this person in May? We have King of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles. Queen of Swords. The Sun. Five of Swords. All right, Leo. I feel like this person is going to just let things be for the time being. This person is still needing to work through what they need to work through, which you already know. But again, I feel like this person has faith. They do have faith, even though they're not doing anything. Hopefully that makes sense. Because this person is still sitting in their comfort zone. They're still hanging on to an old life. They're still, it's funny because, we had Pluto in Capricorn. Pluto's in Aquarius now. So for right now, this person needs to let go of an old life, get out of their comfort zone, but they're still clinging on to that. They're still clinging on to somebody from the past, or they're still clinging on to an old life or an old situation. It's funny though, because I feel like this person is kind of like starting to kind of like diverge into something a little bit more spiritual. So I feel like, kind of like spirit is, that's probably why you met this person. Or, one of the things that you were supposed to teach this person is to like get out of their comfort zone, to let this old life, this old way of thinking go, But again, this person has free will. I feel like it's going to definitely take some time here. But they are conflicted because you know what? You are the sun here, Leo, to this person. You do make them really happy. You bring in a lot of sunlight. I feel like this person is really missing you. So I feel like in your absence here, not hearing from this person, not seeing, not reaching out is really what is going to, put this person in the Five of Swords. So I feel like this separation between you and them is necessary. 100% necessary, especially if you are on a TF journey or you identify as being on one, because that separation has to be like, you really need to let this person go or let the situation go and trust the universe. Energetically, this person can still feel that you are attached to them, and that is not going to bring you back into union, right? So I feel like, in separation, it's going to be clear to this person what it is that they want, but they need time. They need time right now to figure that out. That this old life is really just not serving them anymore, or this old situation or this old relationship that they were in, especially if it was third party and it was a karmic. They need to figure that out. So you need to kind of like just do you. Again, find your joy, ground yourself in May. I don't feel like they're going to reach out. There's like a small chance they may. Queen of Swords sometimes can represent it's, a message. I feel like they're conflicted about sending you a message, but they are thinking about you. So just know that. And I love that the sun is here because that is your card. And again, I feel like at the end of the day, you really are this person's wish fulfillment. You do make them really happy. They do care about you. So just know that. But again, I feel like this person needs to figure their shit out. And when they have done that and they're ready to give you what you want, you will hear from them. So hopefully this reading made sense, Leo. I'm going to pull some messages from this person. I feel like I really want to use the Lover Oracle because it's all right. Yeah, first card that like I didn't even shuffle, this wanted to come out. I don't understand. I feel like they will. I feel like this person is going to be getting a lot of downloads, dreaming about you a lot, getting a lot of messages from spirit. This love is crazy coming out. I feel like this person is smart, like maybe like intelligent, like bookly smart, over, in their head a lot, not so much in their heart. I feel like this person is going to find their way to they need to find their way to their heart. So let's see what else we get for messages. Any other messages here for my Leos from this person, spirit? Messages for Leo. I can't come to you now. Yeah, we talked about that. All right, so we have the passion is too much. You are so different from everyone around me. Any other messages for my Leos, please, from this person? They have hurt me. I can't let go of you. I am the man. So this person could have definitely been, male or female, doesn't matter, but that card could have definitely been in their ego. Bottom of the deck is the way I have treated you was wrong. So again, I feel like this person is recognizing that. The other half is I can't make you happy. So I feel like in the past, this person couldn't meet you where you were, Leo. I feel like you and them currently are not aligned. I feel like this person needs to let go of an old situation, do some growing, some healing, and I feel like when they are ready, and I feel like they are going to come forward, like rush towards you when they're ready, you know? And again, I feel like they are, gaining faith. And again, I feel like Spirit's going to be sending this person a lot of messages, a lot of downloads. If you are on the TF journey, there's definitely telepathy and dreaming, meeting in the 5D going on. So again, depends on if you feel like you're on that journey or not. But that being said here, guys, so, I feel like hang in there, Leo. Everything is going to work out fine. Try not to stress. Take a step back and breathe. Surround yourself with the people that care about you. Find some joy in the everyday small moments. And I feel like that will help you get through this difficult time and kind of like restore, the love that you have for this person, restore your faith in love. And, one day at a time is really what I want to say here. So guys, I hope this reading made sense. I will check in and do your mid-month, so watch for that. If you're not a subscriber and you'd like to subscribe and be notified when I have new content out, I would love that. So if you'd like to be a subscriber, feel free to do that as well. I'd love to hear from you. It really does make a huge difference if you make a comment. So if you can make a comment, I would love that. Um, I feel like we have a lot of fixed sign energy and a lot of earth coming through in this reading, a little bit of Pisces. Mm, I know you guys like that, but really at the end of the day, oh, we have Scorpio too with the death card. Um, you know, could be any sign, but anyhow, take care of yourselves, guys, and I'll see you in your mid-month